Check out this neighborhood, guys. Good morning. We unfortunately have yet another travel day today. I'm on my way to get some currency, Albanian lek. And then after that, we will check out of this hostel here and be on our way to Vlore. Good morning, guys. Check out this place. Sweet Home Albania. If I'm not mistaken, this is my 7th time in this country, coming into Tirana like this. So today I probably will be going to Vlore, right? I've just got my backpack here, and I'm going to go over to the north-south bus terminal here, which is in this direction here. And it's going to be a few hours, and I'm going to rent an apartment over there, but I haven't decided which one, right? So I'm going to go there. I might get a hostel for tonight. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Got a hostel right now for last night. Going to check out in just a little bit here. So this should be exciting. My first time in Vlore. I've been in Tirana many times. I've been in Berat and also Skoder. Skoder's a kitschy, nice town that I like. It's right near Montenegro. So as you recall, last time I was here, which was some months ago, I took the local bus to Skoder, spent one night there. Actually, no, it was 2 nights there, right, that I spent in Skoder. Stayed at this hostel right near the center, and the thing that was different about that time was I had my bicycle and my heavy luggage with me. I've only got my backpack now. So, had trouble getting the bicycle on the minibus, but they eventually took my bicycle for me at no extra charge there. Check out the stray dog there. Most of them are pretty friendly. So it looks like nothing much has changed in Albania here. Same old Albania, now it's growing a little bit. But the major thing is the exchange rate, right? So the euro, which I just changed money for, the euro has gone down 20% in the last couple of years, right? So things like food. Now the rent seems a little bit similar in certain areas. It may have gone up a little bit, maybe like 10% or something like that, but the food is going to be 20% more expensive, right? So that's the only negative. It used to be a little less popular than it was a couple of years back. So my first time in Albania was about 4 years ago, 2021, right? So it was less popular, partially because of the coronavirus, though, right? And took a private taxi with all my heavy luggage from Montenegro. Spent a couple of months in Montenegro there. Then came and rented a student apartment over here. I left my luggage there and traveled around the world plenty of different times there. Check out this madness, guys. This bus terminal here, it's for small local regional buses here. And you got a variety of different choices there. They just, leave every 15, 20 minutes here. You just have to go and ask here pay with cash here. So I want to go to Vlore, and we're just going to ask. Got all these people waiting here. So let's check the signs here. Just look at the front of the bus here, and we can find one. Here we are, guys. Let's do it. Check out Vlore, guys. Now, I went to Duress. Hopefully this dog's nicer. Check out this monument over here. So I'm assuming that's probably has to do with something to do with the Turks there. So I'm in Vlore, guys, first time. And got a little bit of a walk here. The bus was about 2 hours. Young guy drove really fast, so was prompt in getting me here. But unfortunately, we have to walk another 1.5 miles. He doesn't go to the beach directly, right? So if you do get off here, you might have to have a taxi to drive you to the beach, right? Going well until he dropped us off a bit short of the destination here. So, gonna go check out Vlore, see how I like it. I'll probably stay here at least 2 weeks. Now, I went to Duress. If you go to Duress from Tirana, it's like 30 minutes, right? It's like 20 or 30 minutes, hardly any travel distances at all, right? And you're at the beach, right? But Duress is no good. I didn't like it. Was not impressed. It was kind of seedy. The beach wasn't that nice. One of the worst beaches I've ever seen, or just not very good quality. You know, small beach, kind of dirty, you know, like this kind of thing. So we'll check out Vlore and just see if it's an improvement. Now, I've seen photos, right? So I think it probably is better. So got to find my room for tonight. I may book one of the Airbnbs. I have a lot of different choices there. 3 or 4. It depends on who gets back to me, right? So my top choices there. Few of them I'm still waiting to hear back, right? So I do have a few choices. Now, there's another hostel over here that is only $5 a night. You know, I could get that for one night if I wanted to. Very cheap. Kind of in line with the prices that we saw a few years ago. Let's go down here a little bit further near the beach. This is pretty far off still. Check out this madness, guys. I have to walk down here a little bit. This is no joke. It's worth the trip. Nice view here. Now, I'm looking at the apartments. There's one of older apartment here that is directly oceanfront. So it's got a direct view of the beach. The others, not so much. Now, some of the others are nicer. And I'm going to go check out this one here. Now, I'm not going to break the bank here because I spent a lot of money in other countries, so like Luxembourg. So I need to save a few bucks. I may go with a modest place here. So we'll check this out. What I may do here is I may book this place and then get a modest one after that, or get one that is the cheapest available there. So had a little bit of funny business going on there in this Airbnb, right? So I'm going there, claims it's oceanfront. She actually, I think she has several listings, right? She might have gotten confused, right, as to which listing she's showing me, right? So I go there, and she's taking me around the corner. So it's not oceanfront, the one that she showed me, right? Maybe she has somebody else for the oceanfront one. So kind of dishonest there.
Yes, run down.
And I'm gonna probably not book this one. And also the heater was broken, right? She's claiming that it has a heater, but it's not working. So just in case it gets cold for winter here, I'm gonna go check the other just to see. The other one is newer. Now I've got to walk down here. Now there are actually several of them that I'm looking at, right? So I got 2 backups. I got this first choice. I just have to walk down the beach here. So this other one is not quite oceanfront. I think it's a few blocks away, but we got to go all the way to the other side. And what I've actually noticed there about the Airbnb bookings here is that when my experience with Airbnb and the apartment rentals is that sometimes when it's some old lady and they have a cheap place there, for me, I don't get along with them, or they don't like me as a tenant or something like that. So with all the little issues there, right, maybe go downhill there. So I'm going to try this other place and just to see whether this is a better option here. And she doesn't speak English as well, so we're going to check the other. So here's a bizarre fact when it comes to my stays, right? I've actually booked hundreds of rooms, right? Hostels, a little over 100 hostels, Airbnbs, apartments, by cash, hotels, all of this, guest houses, right? So the bizarre thing is, I was looking at over my stays, right, the past 5 years, and I had noticed that the people I had problems with were all women, right? The overcharges, things like this, where it's some dishonest, thing there where, or even stealing small items from the room, right? So had a problem with that from time to time that was suspected to be women, right, who did something like this. So probably going to look for a male host or like a family there. I think this other one, it's owned by some family with a young man who's in charge of it. Right, so if he speaks English, right, that's probably a plus for me there.